Hello there, welcome to a tyke farming in the Philippines. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, ding-a-ling ding dong the bell. It's Sunday morning, 4:15. We've got 3 men on site. They've just butchered the pig. I didn't make a video yesterday. I was a bit crook yesterday. Jean had the same thing 2 or 3 days ago. So I wasn't in the frame of mind to make a video at all. So we'll do one today. There's quite a lot happening at the minute on this mountain. There's a piggery backyard. Got to keep stopping for the cockerel. The backyard piggery just further up the mountain. He's lost 2 piglets, and he butchered a gilt which was pregnant, so that was obviously sick as well. There's somebody this way up the mountain. They're butchering a pig today, and they're selling it at 260 pesos a kilo, which suggests that that's a sick pig as well. And then there's another fellow up the mountain. He lost 4 pigs yesterday. Now, this pattern happened last year, 10 months ago to be precise, and we got sickness in our piggery. And we tried to treat it with antibiotics, and it didn't work. Now, it seems to be the same time of year. Last year it was very dry, and then it did rain. What are we now? July, beginning of July. So end of August, September, and that's when the problems started last year. Now, the dry season this year finished as usual, and then we started getting rain, and now the problems have started again. So it's an annual thing to my mind. We've done a lot of improvements this year since we restocked the piggery. We've got fly netting, mosquito netting all the way around it, which won't stop all the flies and mosquitoes going in, but it will certainly reduce the numbers. Last year it started off with a plague of fleas, and then we had a plague of flies, and hundreds of thousands of flies in that piggery. And then we had the mosquitoes came, and I think that causes an awful lot of problems. This year we've had flies in the piggery, but we've been able to control them, not many. Fleas, we haven't had a plague of fleas this year. And I think we are getting a few problems with mosquitoes on the gilts, the older pigs, but not the younger pigs. But I think we're managing that. So we've got to redouble efforts now to keep any disease out of our shed. As yet we've no problems, but we need to keep it that way. Last year at this time we were importing water from unknown sources because of the drought, whereas this year we've got good clean water. We haven't imported any water. So we're not despondent, but we need to be aware that there's a lot of sickness going around again, and we need to keep it out of our shed. In order for this piggery to be viable, we've got to keep pigs for the gilts into sows and 6 pregnancies, so maybe 3-year-old before they're redundant. So you can't have every year being wiped out and culling all the stock. So Jean was planning on pricing the pig today at 320 pesos a kilo. And then when she heard the one up the mountain, they were selling that for 260 pesos a kilo, and someone else selling it for 300 pesos a kilo. She was asking me what price to sell it at. So I said, well, it's entirely up to you, the price you sell at. I said, we're not selling at 260 a kilo, we're not entering a race to the bottom, money-wise. We can sell at 300 pesos a kilo. Because as feed, that's what we sold at last time we were butchering. As feed costs have remained the same, the price we pay for piglets has remained the same. So we can sell at 300 pesos a kilo, but no less. But on the other hand, we sell on a Sunday with 20 kilos ordered already, I think. We have got a freezer, it'll go in the freezer, and if we just sell half a pig, the other half a pig will sell throughout the week by next Sunday. So we've got options. So you decide what you want to sell at. And she's decided we're going to stick to 320 pesos a kilo, which is a good decision. It's a decision for her. But yeah, I'm happy with that. So I'll leave this video there. When it gets daylight, I'll do another clip. And I'll show you what we finished up. What we got done yesterday. So I'll leave it there for now. It's 6:15, 20 to 6. We've finished butchering. They're doing the guts, cleaning the guts now. And we're out the front selling. It killed out at 70 kilos. So it would have been 85 kilos live weight. So that's not bad at all. And there's very little fat on it. Half inch. 3/4 on maybe the shoulder maximum. So it's a very lean pig. A lot of meat birds for sale. And the vegetable man's just been. So we got the veggies to go with the meat. So down the piggery, we freshly limed out yesterday. The pigs are in good health. The only problem we have is the gilts. And in the sows, they're right enough. But we can't seem to get rid of this rash. I don't know. I thought today I might try mixing a bit of lime up into an ointment, if you like, and putting that on the back of one and see if that makes any difference. That's the only problem we have. And these pigs in themselves are good. They're not sick at all, but I can't seem to clear up this rash on them. So we'll keep going. We'll keep trying different things. We'll bath them again and wash them with soap and water, and maybe try soda cream again. But there's something biting them, I think. It's got to be mosquitoes. Looking at the marks on them. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, that's. I'll pause it a minute and I'll show you the chickens. I've got proper chicken feeding now. 1000 is PIGGERY feed. That's 1 day old to 30 days old. And then I've got PIGGERY 2000, which is grower, if you like. That will feed them on that right up to butchering. That's for the meat birds. And then I got 3000, which is for adult birds. So all the birds in the pens over there, and the birds in here, our hatchlings, which we're going to keep. So they'll go on to the 3000. But we're not feeding the birds in this side at all now. They've got feed out there. You can see our hatchlings are all pecking away out there. There's bugs and all sorts in that grass. And they clean up under the pens, all the spilt feed. Now, as you can see, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 pens completed, with 1 more to make. And we're starting with the feeders and the water drinkers on the side. These are Ramel's birds. These will be going today. And these birds, the older chicks, there's about 50 in there, 47 I think. And they're a lot more active in that cage. And we need to give them some feed. And then the last chicks brought in, they need feed as well. Yeah, no losses. And then the older chicks, we'll probably put them in there. And we've got our own hatchlings in there as well, which are tiny compared with the meat birds. But it's a good system, our hatchlings being with these meat birds, because the meat birds are very, very hot. And obviously it's the metabolism, is that the right word? I don't know, of these meat birds is much higher than normal hens. So they keep the chicks warm, that's for sure, the small chicks. Yeah, it's taking shape. Hopefully we can get up to every week 40 chicks coming in, and then every week 40 chicks butchered. I think we can just about manage 20-30 birds a week selling live, but we'll have to start butchering and put them in the freezer and sell them by bagged up, chopped up and bagged up, and hopefully we can do 40 birds a week in a production line. But it's looking good. I'm quite happy the way things are going with these chickens. Like I was saying, there's disease about on the mountain. But things are a lot different down here to last year when we got disease in the shed. This year we've got a stable supply of water. We've not bought any water in, so we're confident the water is good, clean water. We're feeding fermented feed, which lowers the pH in the pig, brings the pig pH in the gut down. Now, when pigs get sick, bacteria multiplies rapidly and they get sick. Well, bacteria need, as I understand, an acid environment to multiply quickly. So by bringing the pH level down in the gut of the pig, that's going to be a big help. And the other thing we're feeding the pigs is charcoal, which takes toxins away. And that works very well with scouring, as you've seen on the last 2 or 3 videos. And that improves the health of the gut. So hopefully that's a big factor which will keep us disease free. We've got to get through this period, because if we can't breed piglets. These gilts are going to be with us for 3 years as sows. Now other people on the mountain, the other side, where we buy piglets, last year they carried on, they were still breeding pigs. So it can be done. You can keep your pigs disease free, obviously. If they can do it, we can do it. And we're doing the best we can. And hopefully we'll get through this period of all the pigs around us dying. There's quite a lot died this last week. So fingers crossed. It's 8:30 Sunday evening, so I'll make a concluding video to this one, from where we started off, inside in the dark, well, dark outside anyway. We've had a very good day. We sold 80% of the pig, probably 90% of the pig went, and she sold it at 220 pesos a kilo. The head out was how much? The head.
I sold it to Ramil for 280.
How much a kilo? How much a kilo?
280.
280 pesos a kilo for the head, and the trotters,
Same.
280 pesos a kilo for the trotters. 200 pesos a kilo for the liver. The guts didn't sell this week, so our work fellows had a good feed here, and what was left over they took home. Yeah, everything went very well. So I'll leave this video there, I'll get it uploaded, and we'll do it all again tomorrow.